Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video on the fundamentals of hail estimating. I'm Doug Best, the General Manager of Canadian Hail Repair, the nation's largest independent hail repair firm. Today you will be taken through the steps of proper estimating techniques, helping you generate a more accurate estimate. This will lead to fewer supplements and faster claims resolution. When assessing the vehicle's damage, our first step will be properly seeing the dents. To begin, we are going to wash and wipe down the entire vehicle. Looking at this vehicle outside in the sun, we can visibly see some of the dents that are on it. What we are not seeing here are some of the smaller dents. When viewing a car outside, it is extremely difficult to get an accurate dent count, especially on top panels, where the majority of the damage is. To ensure no dents are missed, the car has to be indoors and under proper hail lights for optimal identification of the damaged areas. As the car is brought inside, you can already start to see dents showing up that were not visible outdoors. First, it is important to check all panels of the vehicle with a magnet to identify whether the panel is steel or aluminum. The hail light we're using is a fluorescent style tube with a special shading on it to cast a soft reflective shadow on the vehicle, highlighting all the highs and lows of the dented panel. It is important to note you cannot generate a proper hail estimate without this type of light. We want to go over each panel individually with the hail light, counting the dents and checking the size and severity. As we look the length of each panel, notice the technician's head moving up and down, ensuring every aspect and angle of this panel is checked for damage. While each panel is being checked, we want to identify any dents that cannot be repaired with paintless dent removal. A couple examples of that would be dents that have poor access or where the paint has been damaged. As we can see here, there is damage to the side panel that is not a result of hail damage, but rather a door ding. Since we're already doing a repair on this panel, as a courtesy to the customer, this dent will be repaired at no charge. Moving across to the next panel, we can see that the belt molding has been damaged by a hailstone. We will circle this damage and make the adjuster aware of it. When it comes to the difficulty of a repair, there are a few issues that could come up. The first issue is aluminum. Due to the fact that the aluminum does not have the molecular memory that sheet metal does, the area surrounding the dent is not trying to pull it back up to its original shape. It may take a technician up to 3 times longer and require more precision pushes on the dent versus a regular steel panel. This means repair times are significantly increased, though repairs are still possible. Roof rails and any other double-layered panels may also be difficult to repair. The reason for this challenge is that there is no access to the bottom side of the dented panel for the metal to be pushed back up. The only way to repair this type of damage is to use our glue pulling method, which we will touch on later. Our next topic will be removal and installation, or as it is more commonly known as R&I. When doing PDR hail damage repair, it may be necessary to remove many parts from the vehicle to gain access. We may be removing such parts as headliners, trunk liners, hood insulators, headlights, taillights, bumpers, side glass, belt moldings, hoods, and deck lids. The amount of R&I done to a vehicle can vary drastically from model to model. For instance, an SUV or minivan is going to have a lot more parts to remove than a 2-door coupe. R&I costs are determined by using either the book time published by Mitchell or Autodesk estimating systems, or can be calculated on a flat rate system. The hail matrix. The hail matrix is a guide used for determining the cost of repairing each panel, factoring in the size, severity, and quantity of dents. There are 3 sizes of dents used in this matrix: dime, quarter, and toonie. Any dent larger than a toonie is classified as an oversized dent and subject to additional charges. You will notice on the matrix where it says the word ask. This means that the damage has exceeded our matrix pricing structure. The damage will need to be assessed by a Canadian hail repair technician and quoted accordingly. Next on the matrix, we have a section for R&I, documenting which parts of the car need to be removed for the paintless dent removal to take place. Now I will explain some of the notes at the bottom of the matrix. Roof repairs on minivans, SUVs, and extended cab trucks add 25%. This is because these vehicles pose more of a challenge and are more time-consuming to repair than a regular sedan, for instance. Double panels or aluminum panels add 25%. Once again, these panels are tougher and more time-consuming than regular steel panels to perform a repair on. Add $50 per dent if the damage exceeds toonie size. Maximum of 25% upcharge per panel. This means if you have an aluminum roof rail, such as one on a high-end European vehicle, there will only be 1 upcharge for that panel. Dent counts above 200 are estimated on a per-case basis. We are using this matrix as a guide, and it does have its limitations. When we have a panel with more than 200 dents on it, the damage may still be repairable, but needs to be estimated by a Canadian hail repair technician. Some of you may be wondering how to determine which size of dent to put on the matrix, because there may be different sized dents on this panel. Take for instance a hood with 31 quarter-sized dents and 20 dime-sized dents. We will write this up on the matrix as a heavy hit quarter-sized dent. This shows that we use the dents representing the majority size when estimating. Next we will talk about glue pulling. This method is used particularly on dents situated on areas such as roof rails, double-walled areas on sunroofs, on hoods near the windshield, or any other spot with limited access to the back side of the panel. One of the downsides of glue pulling is when we are dealing with some non-factory paint finishes, where the integrity of the refinished paint will not withstand the glue pulling process. When writing our estimate, the insurer will be advised of this. In some cases, they may still ask us to attempt the repair. If the repair is unsuccessful due to the paint delaminating, then that panel will need to be sent out for conventional repairs. This concludes our hail estimating lesson. I hope this video has helped you and that we have covered any questions or concerns you may have had. For further information, please visit our website at www.hailrepair.ca or contact us toll-free at 1-866-679-3368.